Okay, here's my audience of 4 live and 1 on FaceTime. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, 1 in every 5 American adults experience a mental illness. Look to your right, now to your left. Currently, there are 5 of you in the audience, which means statistically, 1 of you has experienced, are experiencing, or will experience a mental illness. Although you cannot always tell just by looking at me, I am the one out of the crowd of 5. My name is Jamie. I have dealt with major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and restrictive eating disorder for the majority of my adulthood. Additionally, due to my experiences, I have had a great interest in mental health and have spent a good amount of my time researching mental health and mental illnesses. Mayo Clinic refers to a mental illness as a range of conditions that affect one's behavior, thinking, and mood, such as depression, addictive behaviors, and eating disorders. A mental health concern becomes a mental illness when the symptoms are ongoing, it affects the daily activity functioning, and causes recurring stress. It is important to be able to talk about mental health because by talking about it, the social stigma can be decreased. Individuals can become aware of the resources that are readily available, and you could potentially save someone's life. By the end of my speech, I want you to talk more about mental health. To begin, I think it is important to start at the beginning of the mental illness dilemma, which is the social stigma surrounding it. Talking about mental health and mental illnesses could eliminate the stigma surrounding it. As I stated in the beginning of this speech, 1 out of every 5 American adults experiences a mental illness. That's 25% or 20% of the U.S. population. That may not seem like a lot, but it is for a topic that is viewed as a negative and unspoken topic. Although it is uncomfortable, it is a very necessary topic to discuss. As I've tried explaining to people, mental illnesses are similar to, but also different from physical illnesses. It is different in that you cannot catch the disease. It is not contagious. You can't catch depression from hanging around me. But it is similar in that it can inhibit a person's functioning. People view mental illness as something that you can just get over or you're being dramatic about. However, it's not something you can just wake up one day and go, all right, I'm done being depressed. It's not that simple. I wish it was. Imagine trying to tell someone with cancer, oh, you're just being dramatic, stop, you'll get over it, you're fine. When in reality, the disease is eating away at that person. That is what a mental illness does. You can't see the physical appearance of it, but it is there. It is present. After a few fortunately unsuccessful suicide attempts, I was hospitalized, and once released, I returned home and immediately started making excuses as to why I left school due to the embarrassment I felt. Had I not been hospitalized, I don't think I would have opened up about my issues. Therefore, I would not have been able to knowledgeably seek help and use the resources. There is the chance that once someone opens up about their issues, individuals will become aware of the resources that are already available and readily adaptable for them. Instead of just brushing off noticeable behaviors that something is wrong with someone, you need to step up to talk to them to see what is wrong. You could potentially help them realize what is going on and help them know that they need to seek help. NAMI reported that in this last year, of individuals with mental illnesses, 60% of adults and 50% of children aged 8 to 15 did not receive the help they needed. That statistic shows that people aren't aware of the resources that are available, or they do not feel comfortable due to the stigma surrounding it to seek this help. Yes, it is possible to get through the difficult times on your own. However, many people need regular therapy sessions and medication to alleviate the pressure and pain that mental illness can create for that. As an individual who has personally deal with mental illnesses on a regular basis, talking about my issues with other people and seeking a therapist has actually saved my life. By talking about it, you could potentially save someone else's life too. Suicide is defined by Merriam-Webster as the act of taking one's own life voluntarily and intentionally. However, not always is suicide successful. The availability of resources and just a listening ear can help a lot more than one could imagine. Personally, I was fortunate enough to form a friendship with someone from school who understood what I was going through and helped me manage and talk about what I was feeling and thinking. Without this friendship, I do not think I would have been here to be able to present this speech to you. The National Alliance on Mental Illness ranks suicide as the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. Additionally, NAMI reported last year that 44,193 individuals took their life. This number is large, yet does not take into account the number of individuals who have made attempts and were unsuccessful. I met multiple individuals through outpatient therapy and hospitalization who were going through the similar issues and had made attempts on their life themselves. While I was in the hospital, I met an individual named Johnny. While I was there, he had been admitted 3 times out of the two-week periods that I spent there. In total, he was hospitalized 8 times. He shared that he didn't have someone to turn to because his wife was unsupportive and his children were too young to understand. In February, Johnny felt that he could no longer handle it and that he had no one to turn to and attempted to take his life again. This time he was unfortunately successful. Remember the statistics stated in the introduction that 1 out of every 5 American adults experience a mental illness? That means you could be experiencing it, your family, your friends, or your partner could be experiencing it. Imagine if you weren't open to talk about it, or they weren't, and they started to feel like Johnny. It's a crushing feeling to have someone lose someone to something you know you could have helped them through. Everyone has most likely heard of the book-turned-TV series 13 Reasons Why. It's a story of 13 different reasons why this girl committed suicide. This show has caused quite the conflict due to the difficult topics of depression, bullying, rape, and suicide. However, it is important to be open about mental health because, especially if you yourself are struggling or someone else is, the results of willingly talking about it can help both you or anyone else. Hopefully, I have successfully convinced you to talk about mental illness and to help alleviate the social stigma surrounding it. I want to close with this glass filled with $1.21. Similar to this glass, statistics show that 121 individuals take their life daily. That means within the next hour, 5 individuals will have successfully killed themselves. If you were able to open up and talk about it, or if someone they knew were willing to talk about it, these individuals could still be alive today. Thank you.